And you just want to get a little bit more than a pea size, maybe a dime size amount of product, and just really kind of slather that into your fingertips. And what I do is just kind of get the eye area also slathered in the massage cream, just so that there's movement and slip and you're not pulling the skin, again to avoid any irritation of the eye area, because it's very delicate and fragile. And then you want to begin with the massage movements. And again, the pressure of my fingertips is very, very gentle. I'm very lightly, in a soothing manner, stroking using effleurage massage movements. And you just want to go back and forth a few times. This first movement is just pulling away any kind of excess toxins or puffiness or kind of liquids that get built up in the eye area away from the eye. And we have different lymph nodes in our face and our eye area, and by just pressing and touching on these points, you're helping to flush or detox the area. And then you want to go into a figure 8. All these movements are ultimately, the main goal of all these massage movements are draining and flushing of the eye area, so that our goal here is to reduce, puffiness, reduce fine lines, reduce dark circles, and basically these specific massage movements are catering to the eye area for that reason. And you're just pinching the outer corner of the eye so gently. Again, this is where most people complain of fine lines and wrinkles. So you're just helping to restore the moisture in this area. We're going to bring it up here more on the inner eye and forehead area. Again, another often, pointed out complaint area for my clients. Of course, it's always nice coming in for a nice relaxing treatment, but again, you can use these different techniques at home at your own convenience, and really, focusing on your eye area to reduce stress and puffiness, as well as diminish fine lines and wrinkles and dark circles. But what you want to do is just you're rolling and pinching the skin very gently. Again, very gently, always very gently on the eye area. Notice her skin, isn't stimulated at all. It's not getting red at all. And you just want to use the very tips of your fingers to move along the skin. And then you want to just kind of follow the facial contour. And as you practice doing these at home too, you'll start noticing different points that do feel really good, and then you'll just be hooked and you'll want to do it all the time. And another benefit of doing these specific movements at home is that the more practice you get, the better at it you'll become, and then you'll start noticing different points of your own face that feel really good, and you'll just be hooked. So you just want to take your time. Again, your movements are always very gentle. Even the slightest movement is actually really stimulating for the eye area. So you just want to kind of use the massage cream as your vessel, really, to move. You don't need to really, move the skin itself. The modulating cream that you're using is pretty much, making the slip for you. And you want to take it over to the other side as well. And again, most clients of mine, really point out this area of their face and their eyes. So bringing your attention to this area is really nice for them. And So as an added tip for home care, if a client is using a eye cream on a daily basis, what they can do at home is by using their eye cream and just really focusing, spending an extra 5 minutes or so using the eye cream on this area and using some of these massage techniques to help reduce signs of puffiness or fine lines and wrinkles, as well as dark circles. But ultimately, it's just going to help reduce stress, and it's really relaxing for the eye area. And just by giving yourself the extra few minutes every night, you'll definitely notice a big improvement, and you'll just probably feel better too. And the second step of the soothing eye treatment is the Gamage or scrub. And you only want to use a pea size, just a small amount. And there's tiny little micro capsules in this product to help just kind of slough off any, dead skin cells that might be lurking around the eye area. Again, you just want to be extremely gentle with this product. The product will do the job of exfoliating by itself, so your fingertips should not, include any pressure at all. So we're just kind of moving in quick, light, gentle, circular movements just in the eye contour area, really focusing on the outer corners, because that's traditionally where people find, fine lines and puffiness and dark circles. So just a gentle 30 seconds or so. So Jen's skin should be a little stimulated, but again, we're sloughing off any dead surface layers of the eye area. And again, this will help to receive the products that are coming in the latter part of the soothing eye treatment. And once you're finished with your movements, you just want to wipe any excess microcapsules away from the eye area to avoid any, irritation. And when we move on to the massage part, you don't want any excess granules in the way, because that's just going to stimulate and irritate. And you just remove like so, away from the eye. A Gamage facial scrub, it's a little different and almost, it's a little messier to use than your traditional facial scrubs. It's very thick in consistency, if you can see, and it's creamy. And you just want to use a very light application, but you take your fingers and you kind of warm it up a little bit before applying it. And you want to spread it a very thin layer across the entire face. And again, it's a wet product, but as it dries, it only takes a few minutes to dry. And as it dries, you're going to use your fingertips to gently slough off the product. So the product is going to be dried in just a minute. And as it dries, you're going to gently use your fingertips to remove the excess. And in doing so, it's going to feel kind of like dry eraser shavings to your client, but that is going to remove any flakiness, dryness. Basically, the top surface layers of our skin are pretty much dead skin cells anyway. So by using a product like this, it's really going to soften and just give you that baby soft feeling that most of us are striving to get. So I'm just going to let it kind of set up a few minutes, and you just want to kind of feel around and make sure it's not tacky, because if it's still tacky, it's still drying, and we want to make sure it's nice and dry so that we can really get a good exfoliation out of the product and on her skin. So as this product dries, it usually takes about 2 minutes or so. We'll just wait a few minutes. This is the removal stage of the Gamage Scrub. And again, we're just going to make sure that it's not tacky anywhere on her face. It feels pretty dry. So you want to take a tissue, and to save, expense, I always split the tissue in half. Most tissue comes in 2-ply. And you just want to fold the tissue paper kind of along your client's neck here, because these are going to pick up the little residual bits of the product that we're going to slough off here. So just make sure it's kind of in the crease of her neck, or the nape of her neck here. And what we're doing is just gently with our fingertips rubbing the product off, which is giving the client a nice exfoliation. And again, this Gamage is ideal for a thicker skin type if someone has a lot of sun damage, or if someone is just really dehydrated and just needs a big boost in or help in exfoliation. And you just really, focus in here. So you just want to wipe away the excess residual product here. And now we're going to remove the Gamage, or the excess bits of Gamage, with a nice warm towel that I've gotten from the steam cabbie. And the benefits of using a nice warm towel is, first of all, it feels really nice, but also it enables you to get every little last bit off of the face that you can't see, or, And just do a little wipe through, like so. We're going to apply the coolness mask in the soothing eye treatment. So you want to take a thick layer. So go ahead and get a bigger application and just kind of emulsify the product, warm it up a little bit with your fingertips. And again, just go ahead and be liberal with your application here. You don't need to go along the lash line at all, but just around the eye contour here. And you just really want to work in the mask for about a minute or so. So again, you're gently using effleurage massage movements. And you're just rubbing in the product very gently. Really allowing the eye area to absorb the mask. So you can use some of those same massage techniques over again if you like. Or you can just keep it simple. And then while that's still kind of active, you're going to take a cool compress and load the compress with a soothing lotion that's dedicated to the eye area. And what I do is just kind of fold it up and stick it here in this little dish with the soothing lotion. And you can kind of wring it out a little bit. And there's a little bit of cucumber extract in this lotion, and cucumber is naturally cooling and soothing for the eye area. But this is like putting, 10 cucumbers on your eye area at one time. And so once the mask is set, you want to let your client sit for about 10 minutes just to really absorb the mask as well as the soothing lotion. So just let her relax. You can go on to a shoulder massage during this time. If you're, wanting to try this at home, you can use even fresh cut cucumbers. And you can put your eye cream that you normally use on and do the massage movements that we showed you earlier. And you can actually place those cut cucumbers right on top of your eyes and just sit back on the couch or on your bed for about 10 minutes. The coolness of the cucumber is really soothing for the eye area, and it really firms up just stressed eyes in general. So that could be puffiness, fine lines, dark circles, what have you. You want to remove the mask. like so. Just one quick fluid movement. And you can go ahead and take a moist cotton or sponge and just remove any excess product from the area. And we're going to finish up here with an eye serum that's specifically designed for the eye contour area, and it's basically a finishing step for all the points that we covered as far as diminishing fine lines and wrinkles. So of course it's anti-aging, and you want to avoid the eyelid area, but just really focus here underneath the eye. And you can bring it up to the brow bone and around the eye. And you just want to do light tapping, dabbing movements. And this kind of helps brighten and awaken the eye area as well. And we're just doing light tapping movements here with the serum. So this is a cream-based mask. And just like the oxygen product we used earlier with the saran wrap, we're going to do the same thing. Kind of spread this product around the skin, just on the surface. No need to rub it in. Just make sure every section of her skin is covered. You can even bring it down to the neck area here. And those same saran wrap strips that you used, we're going to use them again. And you can just use the back side of them. And really enclose the product with the skin by wrapping her face again. And she's going to sit with this for about 10 minutes. And what this mask is doing is really closing her pores. Since we've stimulated her skin pretty much the entire time, we want to close down her pores and kind of calm everything down. But yet there's oxygen in this product as well, so it's also helping to, you know, normalize her skin and rejuvenate everything that is naturally going on. So now we want to close up her pores with a nice vitamin C facial mask, and this is going to help secure her skin to avoid any, you know, bacteria that's hanging out to infect any of her pores or anything, because there's vitamin C in this product as well. It's toning, firming, and brightening for the skin. It smells really good. It has a nice citrus smell, and it's also anti-aging. So you have all these wonderful benefits just in this one product. And by getting this treatment once a month usually, or even using any home care products with a little bit of vitamin C in them, will help accomplish a brighter appearance in your skin tone and also the texture. And we'll let her sit with the mask for about 10 minutes. And while she sits, we're just going to let her relax with the mask and move on to a shoulder massage. And we've just applied the vitamin C mask on my assistant. And while that's seeping into her pores and while she's getting the maximum benefits of the mask, we're going to do a nice shoulder massage for her. And this will also help promote relaxation, because that's one of the major essential benefits of getting a facial, not only in a vitamin C facial, but any facial treatments that anyone offers. And again, we're just really allowing time for the mask to absorb into my assistant's skin here. And so she can really see the benefits of that vitamin C, which are toning, lifting, and firming the skin, and also brightening the complexion. And you want to do the massage for a good, 5 to 7 minutes. A little bit longer if you have a little bit of extra time. And just really, catering to her tension spots, which for most people are usually, the tops of the shoulders here and the neck area. And when the client is relaxed, they actually have a better experience, first of all. But, statistically, the product is absorbed better too if the client is just relaxed and open to receive the treatment. And she should be nice and relaxed. There we go. And as you notice, the product hardens pretty substantially. So I'm going to take a little bit of water and just rub it around it with my fingertips like so. And just kind of work the product in a little bit, kind of loosen it up a little bit. Just so when we remove the mask with our towel, we don't have to sit there and really scrub her face. So that, again, this is just loosening up the mask so the product removal is that much easier for you. And we'll take our nice hot steam towel here. And removing the mask. Kind of let it steep in there a little bit, again loosening the product. And just wiping. And there might be a little residual here and there, so just make sure you double check your work. You don't want anyone leaving with little mask bits on their face. And as I'm removing the product, I can already feel her skin really soft and hydrated from the previous steps of this treatment. And it's nice and shiny and has that glowy look. And that's essentially what we're looking for with the vitamin C treatment. And now that we've removed her mask, we're going to complete the facial treatment with the vitamin C eye cream. And this is great for the eye area with anyone who is concerned with kind of a dullness around the eyes. And with any eye product, you just want to use a little tiny dab. And I always use my ring finger because it's the weakest finger on your hand. And anytime you're dealing with the eye area, you want to be extremely gentle. So by using the ring finger, I'm not applying hardly any pressure to her eye area, but I'm gently dabbing the product in, allowing her to absorb the vitamin C cream. Again, vitamin C was really toning, lifting, and firming the skin. So again, it's going to help with the fine lines and wrinkles that many of us complain about or are concerned about, as well as helping puffiness and dark circles. So now we want to remove the excess product with a nice warm steam towel, which I've prepared already. And we're just going to open that up, let it cool off a little bit, make sure it's not too hot for the face. And we're just going to place that on top of her skin here. And let the warmth of the steam towel kind of soak up in her skin. It's really relaxing and soothing for my assistant here. But it also removes the product really nice and thoroughly as well. And then we'll be moving on to extractions, if necessary. So after I remove all the excess product here. We're going to do extractions on my assistant. And again, the enzyme and the steam was helping to open up her pores and really prepare for the step of the extractions. So, and I'm going to take tissue here and cover my fingers to make sure we don't add any bacteria or anything from my hands to her skin. And we're just going to look to see if at all any areas are congested or need to be extracted or removed. Generally, for most people, a little bit in the nose gets a little built up. So just a gentle squeeze and rolling of your fingers will definitely get the congested pore clear. And an enzyme, its main purpose is to really open up the skin's pores and also really soften any congestion that might be left over on the skin. So that includes, a buildup of blackheads or whiteheads or just dead skin cells, that kind of gather and collect over the months or sometimes in some cases years, depending if you've never received the back treatment or purchased a body scrub at home or anything like that to use. And you're just spreading this product all around as best as you can. No need to rub it in, you're just spreading it around. And I'll turn on my steam here. And you want to bring your steam right over, right on top of my assistant so that the steam and the enzyme together can really work to open the pores and to really get that exfoliation of the dead surface skin. So once the enzyme is applied to the back, you want to leave it on with the steam for at least 10 minutes, and that's to really maximize the benefits of the enzyme and the steam combination of opening the pores, softening the skin, and reducing the congestion of the back. Then we're going to remove the leftover residue with a nice warm steam towel. And so we'll just apply that like so. And again, more cat paws. And we're really soaking up the extra product that's left behind. And the enzyme and steam combination helps to open the pores too in case we need to do any sort of extractions. If people have blemishes or problem skin on their back that needs to be taken care of, we would do that now. And we'll double check Jen's skin by doing a little extractions here if necessary. Okay, so now the skin is nice and open, and the pores are open and softened, and we're going to check to see if there's any problem areas that need to be extracted or come out. And usually, just with being active in our daily lives, or if people work out, sometimes there's a little bit of a buildup, in this area where our sweat glands are. And a lot of people experience some buildup of blackheads and whatnot. So it's good at this time to remove those. And again, you want to be extremely gentle. You don't want to force anything out because that leaves scarring or irritation on the skin. And you just want to gently roll with any clogged area so that it comes out on its own and you're not forcing anything out. Because the area of this body obviously is a lot larger than the face, we're going to go ahead and use a nice warm steam towel to remove the product, and we'll just lay that gently over her back and press in the nice hot steam. It's nice and relaxing and soothing. It feels really good, but it's also going to help to pick up any leftover product so that we can move on to the next step of our treatment. And you can just kind of feel along to see if there's anything that you missed. Okay, we've just removed the cleanser from my assistant's back, so we're going to move on to the next step, which would be to exfoliate with a nice gentle mild scrub. And we mix that with a little bit of water here, and I'm just going to rub that together and really emulsify the product and spread the product pretty liberally around. And the scrub is going to help loosen the buildup of sebum, which is oils, and dirt and all that other stuff that we don't need, including, you know, dead skin cells and all that. And this is really going to allow the skin of the back to really shine and be nice and luminous for her special occasion that she's preparing for. And with most scrubs for the face, you don't want to be very abrasive or apply a lot of pressure, but with the back, the skin is a lot thicker than the face. So you can add a little bit of pressure, and plus, you know, it feels good on the back. It's almost like you're giving a little back massage as well to the client, or to my assistant here. And so again, you're just, you know, being liberal with the product and with your movements, because the back is nice and large of an area to work with. And we're just, you know, really scrubbing away here, scrubbing away the surface layers and the dead skin cells and the dirt and oil, and just really, you know, give it a good scrub just for a couple minutes, nothing more. And you see I'm adding pressure, but not too much pressure, so there's no, you know, irritation or redness, but enough to do a nice job here.